All the way to Switzerland, and you're tuning into the Black House Fire Radio, and you're listening to After the Diary Show with Tati. That's it.
Shambulizi hatari mwendo wa kobe sukuneza kumchanganya mpaka mganga jiroge mkanya mwanao asudomole moto upendi kulia mbona hautuli kushoto na mchezewe kwenye ngasi zenu napandisha hasira minolofanya Paulo atembee na sila mtaso salama damchi kwa jichunge ama risasi zilie moto na choma, damu ina floki noma mtakoma, mkiasi tuko machumba na goma ikicheki fake change panties, if you can see bring your auntie tasimulia nataka mwana wenu navyomfanyia alafu ni mwache mwone atakavyokimbia mbele atakongwa na gata kila nyongo na manila sione tumetulia wala ukachaka siko tuna control tunakuja na weja tunakutoa roho tunakuwakilia tunakula kuchai ngoja lete machupa lete machupa ngoja lete machupa lete machupa vile majabu na chupa bila bazuka leva pasmiduka ya kiti kuna pakuka kile hana ya besolo matapo na kufa liza vile klenda jana dima mbango alikuja full story ndani mita sio kwa tunapanga majambo kona kakabu kapea mjaza na pini ndio jambo kwa ndani hapo kando kakuna kishu kapona mambo fanya kina kurudisha shule semeka nambo yo kachafeli na single beach I'm trying to count the check until my fingers is itchy skini kutuli kutudalishi na kichwa kama rufuku zila bomba zilishi so you can't control me yo don't call me yo but man I feel bad I'll be on and if I die my legacy's gone carry on that's the best to overdo it don't you come back so tumetulia wala ukachaka siko tuna control tunakuja na wewe tunakutoa roho wakilia tunakula kuchai ngoja lete machupa lete machupa ngoja lete machupa.
Yes, Machupa playing right here on the Black Hot Fire Network, media of the 21st century. My name is Katie, and of course, this is the Wellness Wednesday show, and with myself, of course. Karibuni sana once again. I see The Wambo in the building. Shout out to you, The Wambo. Ravasco, I see you in the building. Tina Kucheki Tena Sana, I see you in the building as well. Karibuni sana to all those who are just joining us, and I hope you're doing great, and I hope you're feeling well on today's day. Happy Wednesday to all those who are with us right here. Happy Wednesday to all those who are listening to us via the radio station, and to all those who are with us on Facebook. and to all those who are with us on YouTube and Twitter as well. Karibuni sana. I see V Wambo anasema hi, thank you. Hi to you too, Wambo. Karibu sana. And on today's episode, we shall be talking and discussing about mental health. And the question of the day, and I want you guys to help me answer this question as we continue with our show for today. Why is there a mental health emergency in Africa? Why is there a mental health emergency in Africa? Yes, that is the question of the day. And also, you guys, you are welcome to join into our conversation of the day as well. And in case you have something to say about mental health, you can as well request be the guest of our show for today. And also, let's know more about mental health. What has caused a lot of people to succumb into mental health issues, or rather into mental illnesses? And I think one, it is because we have so many things that are happening in our countries. But yes, we shall be discussing that as we continue with our show for today. We started off at our show with an amazing jam. And yes, the jam was Machupa Kapnia Kappa featuring Caterpillar. I hope you did get jam and to eat. I see the Wambo Anasema. I want to be a guest. Okay, it is okay. Wambo, please request. I'll add you, and you can join us on today's episode of the Wellness Wednesday. And in case you're just joining us, you're wondering, Apa ni wapi? This is the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century, and on today's episode, or on Wednesdays, we don't do the African Diary. We do the Wellness Wednesday with Katie. And the Wellness Wednesday is all about talking about what is affecting African people. What is these diseases that we are getting? Why do we have them? And why are we getting contracting such diseases while we can protect ourselves from them? So we talk about diseases, we talk about mental health, we talk about any type of health. So shout out to all those who are joining us. I see African Boss Lady, Karibu Sana African Boss Lady, and to all those who are with me on the radio station. I hope you're well. I hope you're feeling good on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon on my end. And I see it is exactly 13 minutes to 3 p.m. right here in Nairobi. You can as well let me know what is the time on your end as we get started with our show for today. The Wambo, you can request. I'll add you as a guest in case you just want to, you still want to join us on today's episode. But we shall go back to one more jam, and then we will be back with our quote of the day. In case you have a quote of the day you'd love to share with us, please make sure you keep it coming, and also encourage a brother, motivate a sister somewhere. Even if it's me, I don't mind getting that motivational quote of the day from you guys. So yes, let me see which jam I'll put. Okay, I'm trying to look for for a jam that doesn't have copyright issues. Okay, this is Calligraph Jones, Minimal Pressure. Hope you get to enjoy it as we continue with our show for today. Remember to come back with a quote of the day as we continue. The Wambo is saying how do I request? Nisaidie kidogo sijui ku request. Okay, there's you see on the bottom there's a place written guest, or it's like it's drawn images of two people, or maybe let me see if I can add you instead of okay, let me see if I can add you. I don't know. I also don't know how to add you. So just go down there. There are two, like there. Let me show you on my phone real quick as we continue. I'm also new on TikTok. So sijui venye inawakingi, but anyway, ICJ is saying tukishikana leo tuseme kesho ni Friday, tutakuwa tumekosea kweli. No, hatutakuwa tumekosea. So Wambo, these this thing, it's like two people, images of two people. So it's written multi-guest. So you have to press there. Unaona, ukipress, unaona inasema request. Yes. You press there, down below to hapa hivi chini. There's this kanini. It's like showing you multi-guest. It's written multi-guest. I hope you've got button that. Ukifinya hapo hivyo inakuuliza request.
Big shout out to Vince on the beat, by the way. Now remember that time I say that that's gonna happen. Silly shop and go plan and be Dixon phone. Made it on my own like that, man. I dish tell them we don't get down like that. Get them man, I'm in my zone like that. So we give it to them even if they don't like that. If they don't like, made it on my own like that, man. I dish tell them we don't get down like that. Don't get them back, man. I'm in my zone like that. So we give it to them even if they don't like that. If they don't like that. Yeah, one thing that me learn about this life, never tolerate what you dislike. See, I don't like it when a chick fight. That's why I had a marry.
My quote of the day says, it's never too late to be what you might have been. It's never too late to be what you might have been. Yes, that is my quote of the day. I hope you feel motivated by that quote. And also, I hope it blesses you from wherever you are. Wambo tafadhali, you have to mute your mic kidogo as we get started so that I tell people what we're talking about. And then you shall continue, or we shall get into the conversation as we continue. I see Jay is saying, acha niende wines and spirits nione kama wanauza chapo beans. I see you, Jay. Jay. Okay, it's okay. Do whatever you want. But anyway, my people, to all those who are just joining us on Wambo, please mute your mic for me, tafadhali. How do I mute? Okay, I muted your mic, but yes, I muted your mic. Sorry about that. But anyway, family, today we're talking about mental health. And the reason is there's this issue we saw last week. You all can relate to this. There was this guy, very young. We saw him setting himself ablaze. And in the day limelight. Imagine this guy, he's very young. I'll share the video with you, my people. So what he did, he went in a building, on top of a building, and he set himself ablaze. Yes. And he succumbed to the injuries, to the burns. That is what is happening. That is what happened. And it is such a terrifying video to watch. But I also went back to see now about his background and everything. He was mentally unstable, but this was a young man with a promising future. But imagine, just because of mental illness, he is normal right now. I'll share this video with you guys so that you see what I'm talking about, and also so that you get to relate to what I'm talking about. I see General Mosquito, you're saying Wellness Wednesday. Is this a new show? Of course it is. And I see General, you're saying Amani, let's get the party started. Manze, be easy, relax. It's on a Wednesday. You guys, why do you want to start the party on a Wednesday? I don't understand you people. But anyway, yes, we're talking about mental health, and I'm saying this topic has been triggered by something that happened last week. We saw this guy setting himself ablaze, and unfortunately, he succumbed to the injuries, or rather to the burns he obtained. He had 80% burns that could not heal. So it was a very sad story. It was a very sad thing to see, actually coming from a young person. And I was like, this is not real. I thought it was not real, but it was real. Can you imagine? We could hear people screaming on the video. It is just crazy with what is happening in Africa. This is a young person with a promising future. I see Nebuchadnezzar is saying that guy was my friend. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Nebuchadnezzar. It must have hurt you to see your friend setting yourself ablaze, and he died due to the burns he obtained. You know, it is just crazy. Oxygen, General Scooter is saying, Katie, come to London. Everybody got mental health. General was good. So I I think everybody has their own mental health issues. Everybody has their own mental illness issues. But at this point, at this rate, it is very sad to see such thing. And I think I'll just start with the video first, so that now we get into our conversation. And of course, we have a guest with us right here. Adi Wambo is right here with us. So we shall get to discuss what has triggered or why is there a mental health emergency in Africa? Because this is happening in Africa. It's not only happening in Kenya. This is not happening only in Kenya. It is happening in Tanzania, in Uganda, in every African country. Go to the market right now. Tell me how many mental ill people you will count on the streets. Go to the streets, even just walk out right here. Tell me how many people you will spot that are not mentally okay. And now tell me, what is triggering this issue of mental illness, mental health emergency in Africa? What is the problem with our people? Are we losing our people to mental illness? Of course we are. We just lost this guy. Imagine a person setting himself ablaze. I don't know what he used, but it's like he had petrol on his body. He poured petrol fast on his body, and then he had a lighter. He just lit himself and jumped from the building. Imagine. Let me show you the video as we continue so that you relate to what I'm talking about. And so this video, I got it from TikTok, so it also tells you more about this guy's story, his background, and because I really wanted us to know what might have pushed him to a point that he's setting himself ablaze, yani burning himself. It is just crazy with what is happening to African people. But anyway, let me share my video real quick. And in case you're on TikTok, you'd love to see the video as well, you can come to Black Hot Fire Network. I'm live on Black Hot Fire Network 2. Yes, Black Hot Fire Network 2. That is where I'm live on YouTube. Please make sure you can come and join and also see the video I'm about to share. And it's happening video.
Robert took his last breath at the Coast General Teaching and Referral Hospital. He succumbed with a staggering 80% of his body covered in burns. The extent of his injuries underscored the horrifying nature of his death. Robert's pain was exacerbated by his inability to find employment even after acquiring his degree. Frustration over unemployment gnawed at his spirit. Unbeknownst to many, he battled mental illness, a silent struggle that weighed heavily on his shoulders and was known only to his family. Prior to the tragic incident, Robert had been missing for 3 days. His family's search for him was met with worry and fear. At just 28 years old, his untimely passing sent shockwaves through his community, leaving them grappling with the loss of a young life filled with promise. The gut-wrenching video of him self-immolating emerged 3 days after his disappearance, casting a spotlight on the depths of his despair. As the nation mourns this loss, Robert Gituhu's remains will find their final resting place in Kiambu County, surrounded by the memories of a life cut short. Rest in peace, Robert Gituhu. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental...
It is just crazy. It is a very sad story. Naona John Doe anauliza alinyuria. Yes, alinyuria. Manze, alinyuria. Okay. You guys, you make me laugh about something that is not funny, but alinyuria. And I see General Mosquito is asking, this happened in Mombasa way? Yes, it happened in Mombasa City in the 254. Yes, the guy died, and you've had details of his burial. He is going to be laid to rest in Kiambu County. But this is a disheartening story. Like, it is so hurting to see a young person, a graduate losing his life just because of frustrations in the country. Because this is frustrations. One, we have had, he had mental illness. He had a mental illness. Of course, he had it. But now being jobless and being unemployed since 2021 has triggered to the mental illness, has contributed to his mental illness. It is very sad to talk about this story. It is very heartening to talk about this, but at the end of the day, we need to talk about it. My people, kindly tell me, why is there a mental health emergency in Africa? Because there is. Right now, you'll hear somebody has committed suicide. True. You will hear somebody has taken poison. And just months ago, I remember also reporting such a case where a young girl who is just 20 committing suicide because she was depressed. And we receive such news every day, but until when? Why is there a mental health emergency in Africa? Kindly, people, tell me what you think about this. Diwambo, karibu sana. You can now talk. You can now unmute your mic, and you can say something. But before you say something, let me see the comments right here. I see Nebuchadnezzar is saying, that guy was my friend. You must be very sad to see him setting himself ablaze, and also seeing the video circulating online, because yes, the video is all over the social media right now. Nebuchadnezzar is saying, I saw him growing up from nursery to university. Na mazishi ni kesho. Very sad. Very, very sad. Ingrid is saying, meaning that guy who set himself on fire died? Yes, he died. He died. He obtained so many injuries, so many burns, so he could not survive. He had 80% burns. He could not survive. And also I see Ingrid saying that, meaning he died. Yes, of course he died. Jondo anauliza alinyuria. Yes, alinyuria. Jondo is saying, our own leaders are telling us to look for jobs abroad. So what's the point, Aki? Yes, our own leaders right here are telling us you can go to Saudi Arabia. We had who is this? Alfred Motua. Is it Alfred Motua, the cabinet secretary of immigration and everything? He went to talk to Saudi Arabians so that we can be treated well in Saudi Arabia. It is just crazy. Diwambo, karibu sana. Wambo, are you still there? Okay, I think Wambo is not with us. But now, as we continue, my people, tell me, why do you think that we have such crisis in Africa? Why do you think that young people are succumbing to these mental health issues in Africa? It is not only young people. I'm aware of this, but this is happening. Why is this happening to so many people right here in Africa? Okay, welcome back, Wambo. Kindly, now you can unmute your mic. Karibu sana.
Hi, asante.
Yeah, okay. How are you?
I'm very fine.
Where are you from?
I'm a mom, so I need to keep an eye on him.
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, I'm so Yeah.
Yeah. So continue, please.
So about mental
health. Yeah.
I'll start with childhood trauma, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this is something even our parents have dealt with or probably have to deal with, or those who have not dealt with are their children are now struggling because of that, childhood trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for instance, you see our parents, like myself,
mm-hmm.
It was hard for parents to even talk to their kids about small issues like sex.
True.
You see?
True.
So wale wazazi wa kitambo walikuwa tu wanasukumwa tu wewe ukasurvive, and that is how now us pia sisi tumesukumwa tuende tukasurvive, unaona?
Yeah.
So itakuwa ni something, and then this our parents yes wanatulea, but because of community standards back then, ati lazima uolewe, ni lazima upate watoto, so unapata your mom as a young girl, she just got married and she never got even to know the person she's getting married to.
Sure.
So unaona, so huyo mama unatupwa tu. Nowadays we have dating which is we will give you a clue about how this person yuko. Sure. Lakini back in those days ulikuwa tunapewa tu mushene
walikuwa wanatokea kwa dirisha.
Kuna shamba.
Yeah.
Ati wako na shamba unaweza lima. Imagine someone telling you ati wako na shamba unaweza lima at this time and era. Ati wako na shamba unaweza lima. So mama wetu, they used to have problems. Wanaenda the guy becomes a drunkard, anapiga mama, anapiga watoto, so it is childhood trauma. So hata akona stress.
Very true.
She's going to raise her kids with stress. Sasa hiyo ni kuachiliwa tu. You see, when that guy who set himself on fire, definitely kuna kitu familia ilikuwa imekosa kumsimamilia mahali, especially when it came to matters of the heart and matters of emotions. Because as you can see, this person lost his job. So when he lost his job, furaha yake ilikuwa kwenda kupatana na watu kazini.
Actually, he has never been employed. He graduated in 2021 and he never got a job. So that's the trauma also, and the frustrations, because he graduated thinking that I'm going to get a good job because I'm an engineer. He was actually an engineer.
True.
Yeah. So it's the frustrations.
It's the frustrations that he got.
Yeah.
So unaweza pata probably his family, unajua probably they were not well off. Imagine mama anauza shamba, baba yako anauza ng'ombe. Anauza kila kitu. Na sasa since we graduated, you have your degrees, you have your masters. Sasa ni hivyo wameosha mkono, hawataki kusaidia zaidi ya hiyo. Na sasa hiyo, that's the problem now with the community of Kenya. Badala wakwambie wewe unasoma ujisaidie, si ati unasoma upate kazi necessary.
Wambo, tafadhali unaweza tumia Kizungu. I have so many audience from outside Africa, they don't understand Swahili. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This is what I'm saying to whoever. Yes, this is what I'm saying to whoever wants to grasp on what I'm saying. I'm saying that because of the financial status of the parents, the guy who committed suicide, probably they sold their belongings, they sold their land, they sold their cattle, they sold everything to educate this guy. And now because the community of Kenya, the society of Kenya diminishes it to one thing, that you have to study to get a job. Instead of telling them you need to study to help yourself, you don't need to study to necessarily get a good job. You can lack that good job, but that doesn't mean that you die because you lack that good job. Sure. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that is the problem. Also, it has a mental issue. It has a big impact when it comes to the economy also. Okay?
Very true.
The economy has a big impact on mental issues.
Very true.
When you do not have money, when you do not even have a coin. For instance, you the host, look at how beautiful you are. Where are you going to get that hair if you got no?
No, I wouldn't.
Where are you going? You cannot even start a live. You need a mic, you need a phone, you need internet connection, you need Wi-Fi. You need so much. So even the economical issues and lack of jobs and everything. And this is what kids should be educated on this. You are not necessarily, you don't go to school necessarily to get a good job. You might lack that good job. Come up with something small to keep yourself busy.
Very true.
Start with a small business.
A very good advice to people. I keep on telling my people, we unadhani pale hivyo shule unaenda kusoma ndio upate kazi, and sadly we don't have that job you're waiting for, or you're going to get educated for. So it's better, instead of you going to waste your years in school, it's better now to start doing something that you know it will grow into a bigger thing that maybe hata itakupeleka hiyo shule at the end of the day. Saizi kutegemea masomo, it's useless.
Right now, even those people who used to work at, for instance, manual labor, like tilling the land.
Yeah.
These people right now, they are not getting any jobs right now. Because first and foremost, you need to know that you need to have a side hustle, or you need to expand, more than whatever you're used to. Sure. Because if one thing goes wrong, what are you going to do? Are you going to die because you don't have a job?
No.
You must expand your mind. Let me just use Swahili a little bit.
Okay.
Do not fear using your common sense. Do not fear using your common sense. And competition, trust you me, competition is out there. People are working. I have seen people working, and sometimes I cannot even. I cannot keep up with them. So you need to come up with new tactics. You need to know, this is a ride and die type of way. You need to work your shit out. However you're going to do it, we don't want to know. By the end of the day, you're the one who knows what you're going to eat, what your kids are going to wear, where they're going to get their school fees from. You have to put yourself out there with money and without money.
Manze, that is so true. And to all those who are just joining us and wondering what we're talking about mental wellness, or rather mental health issues right here in Africa. And this has been triggered by a video that has gone viral. And I'll share this video on the WhatsApp chat, by the way, my people, so that you can see what I'm talking about. This guy set himself ablaze just because he was not mentally okay. We even not sure that this person was alikuwa cheesy. No. This person might have mental illness issues that have been brought by depression. Imagine you have gone to school, you have graduated, and now the parents have hope in you just because you're a graduate. They think that now you are the hope. And also these things that I think are being brought by parents. Imagine when parents take you to school, they make sure that you're educated, you've gone to campus, you've graduated. Now they start depending on you. They know that now we are investing in you so that you can help us later. And also that becomes a burden to some of the children right here, to some of us right here, we as your children. So I believe with also parents, they are pushing young people to get these mental health issues, because they are putting so much responsibilities on us. Maybe this guy was the firstborn and the parents are waiting for him to come and bring food for the house. Maybe they are younger brothers for him. Maybe this guy is also expected to pay school fee for other younger brothers, younger sisters, or his siblings. We never know. But at the end of the day, I'm saying this burden that is always also being brought by parents. And this needs to stop, because we cannot continue losing young people because of their parents. Of course, you didn't bring up your child all the way just to die like this. Imagine now the mother of this young man, how she's feeling. Of course, she's traumatized as well. She's like, oh my God, I never thought it would get to this point. Because they say they are aware that their son had mental illness issues, but they never thought it was this serious. And Nebuchadnezzar told us they are from the same village. The guy was actually his friend. And he said that he seemed okay until that day he set himself ablaze. So I think there's a lot that is happening. One, Wambo has told us about the economy. Two, I think there's also now the traumas. Yeah, that like childhood traumas. If your parents are doing crazy things that you're not happy about, you'll also get traumatized. Maybe you were raised in a fucked up family, you will be traumatized, and that will always disturb you. We have seen people with the daddy issues. Those people are always going through something bad is always going through their mind, because they have daddy issue problems, they have poor parenthood, and it is putting them in a situation that they cannot get off easily. So I'm talking about mental illness has been contributed to by a lot of things. And one, I said the economy. Two, I said the childhood traumas, and those are the things Wambo gave us. But also, you guys, I want you to keep on letting me know, why is there a mental health emergency in Africa? Because there is a mental health emergency in Africa. Do you think that the food we're consuming is leading us to stop thinking straight? Do you think that? Because we've seen even right now there are foods that are changing and tampering our hormones, and now they make sure that now you start, even as a man, you're growing boobs, you start getting attracted to women, and this is how lesbianism is continuing, this is how gayism is continuing. So you guys, do you think that there's some food that we are consuming that is triggering us to have these mental issues? Because we need to find a solution for this. We cannot say that we need to set up more mental hospitals for these people, because the more the mental houses or the mental hospitals for these people, it means that the more insane your country is. But we don't want a generation of insane people. So we need to find up a real quick solution. And I said, don't tell me construct mental health hospitals. That is not a solution. Constructing a mental health hospital is not a solution. That is not a solution. Something needs to be done. And also, as a young person, or as whomever who is there with us, and you feel like there's something that is burdening you, just talk it out. If you're not comfortable to tell it to somebody, just go and make sure that now you scream it in a forest, in a place where people are not listening to you. Because at the end of the day, we cannot keep on seeing people dying. We cannot keep on seeing people committing suicide. And I relate to this. Sadly, I relate to this because I had an uncle who was not mentally okay. And this uncle of mine, I think now he was not born mentally unstable. He was not born mentally unstable. This man was a very vibrant man. So after he got big, he went to work in a place. And after a while, he came back home. And when he came back, he was not okay. He had mental issues. He was not mentally okay. So he was even taken to therapies, but it didn't work. Sometimes he's very okay. Sometimes he's not even talking to people. Sometimes he's even talking to cows. You know, he was like that. So one day, I think he just woke up okay. He talked to my mom. He told my mom and my grandfather, I need a wife. And they were all like, what do you mean you want a wife? Okay. And they said, okay, get yourself a wife. But now this person, remember, he has not been talking to people. He doesn't even interact with people. So he cannot be able to get himself a wife. So what he meant by I want a wife, he wanted my mom and now the grandfather, my grandfather, or now the parents, to get him a wife. But I guess they didn't understand. And also now you wouldn't even choose somebody, a wife, of course, because I don't believe in that. So what happened is, one day we woke up. Okay, he used to wake up very early. Sorry? One day he woke up. We woke up. We had, your uncle is normal. Cause of death, he hanged himself. Yani, he hanged himself in his house. And we don't up to date. We don't know what might have triggered himself to hang himself. But at the end of the day, I feel like it got to a point that he thought that I can't take this no more. I really want a sober life. I really want a good life, but this is not happening for me. So I just need to take myself away. I think that is what happened. So losing people to mental illness is such a painful thing and also a disheartening thing. But at the end of the day, I said as a people, we need to come up with solutions to these things. And solutions is not building up mental hospitals. That is not a solution. Of course, you will take those people to the mental houses, hospitals. But remember, this is something that is mental. They might go there, they might get cancelled, they might get treated, but at the end of the day, do you think that they have healed? Do you think that they have recovered from the trauma or from whatever that was triggering their mind to have this mental disability? That has not helped them. So what is the solution to these problems? What is the solution to now what do we need to do as African people to curb this problem of mental illness? I think we need to check on food we're eating, because I don't believe that I can just wake up and become a mad woman just by that. Without something disturbing my mind, or with people saying that I was born like that. No, I believe people are not born insane. People are not born insane. I believe we have people who are born maybe with such mental issues, but I don't believe we have people who are born insane. It must be something that has triggered them or has put them into that situation. But the frustrations in these countries, I think they are also contributing to it. You wake up, you can't afford ugali flour, you have to eat. You have a family. You decide, I cannot take this no more. I cannot watch my children starve. You just hang yourself. But have you solved the problem of now your children starving? No. You might have gone, but you have not solved the problems. So I think we all need to sit down, come up with solutions, and also be good people. I think we have become very bad people right now. When somebody comes and tells me a story, I'll judge them. I think this is what is happening now, that anybody cannot even share whatever is happening to them. Thank you very much, Joka Audio. Asante sana for the compliments. And yes, I'm saying that now we need to find up solutions as Black people, because now we cannot keep on losing our fellow brothers and sisters to mental illness. And soon I'll find a guest to come here with to have a story, or rather to have an interview or a talk of this mental illness thing, because it is affecting so many people, and so many people are afraid to talk about this. And this is the reason we are losing people every day, because I'm not in a position to talk about what I'm going through. Yeah. Yes, the Wambo, you're saying an actual interview. Yes, I'm talking about an actual interview. I think we shall find a mental health specialist and have a chit chat with them, because at the end of the day, we need to find solutions to young people, because I feel so bad seeing such things. I feel so bad. Imagine that could be your brother, that could be your sister, that could be somebody close to you. General Mosquito is saying, damn, he's the same age as my brother. Yes, he's just 28. A young soul with a promising future, but he's no more. He's gone. But you guys, I asked you, what are some of the reasons, or rather, what are some of the solutions you think we need to come up with as Black people to curb this problem of mental illness? we have different types of mental illness or a mental dysfunction. That, yes, let's just call it that. We have 4 types of it. Yes, there's mood disorders such as depression or bipolar disorder. There's also anxiety disorders and personality disorders. Psychotic disorders such as schizophrenia. Yes, we have those. There are 4 types of mental health, but I believe we have more. We have more because we cannot even classify such. We have dementia. We have meningitis. We have even eating disorders. You know, that is also part of mental health. Having a poor eating habit, that is also some type of mental illness. So you guys, I think we need to come up with solutions real quick. And one of the biggest solutions, because I've seen young people right now, we have drugs. The only solutions they know, I'm going through something, I am going through a heartbreak. I can go to a liquor store and come back, okay? But tomorrow I'll wake up to the same problem. So turning to drugs is not a solution. We have to come up with a permanent solution that you are sure that this will help. Yes, I'm saying I've seen youths, young people, they always turn to alcohol, drugs. But that is not a solution because you'll get sober. You'll get sober. Also, we have young people who grew up in abusive families. We have young people who grew up being abused. Yes. We have people who are always depressed because they went through something when they were very young. Maybe somebody raped them and they cannot even say about it. They cannot even talk about this. You know, and it's crazy with the things that are happening right now. I had somebody, you guys, listen to this. This is very disgusting, but honestly, I had some girl confessing how they do sexual activities with her biological dad. Can you imagine? I had a woman confessing on how she does coitus with her dad. Can you imagine? And I was like, what in the hell is wrong with our people? What has gotten into our people's mind? Imagine, I come here. She's a very young girl. She's just 22. Oh, sorry, she's just 23. She was confessing over how she does so many disgusting things with the dad. And the reason she does this, the dad gives her money. And they live in the same house with the dad and the mom. And the mom has never known. It has been happening she said, for 4 years. It has been happening for 4 years. But the mom has never known. Can you imagine how disgusting that is? People are not even afraid of incest. Yesterday, we were on the word of the streets asking people. There was this guy who was confessing to his problem. He was saying that, yes, I was dating my cousin. I have been dating my cousin, and this is a first-class cousin. And I have been dating her for some time, for 2 years, actually. So, right now, the cousin has issues with the parents. So she has moved up to the guy's house. And it's like they are married and they are cousins. So we were asking people on the streets, what do you think about that? Or how do you think about it? And we had so many guys saying that it's okay, just marry your cousin and have babies. And I was like, where did incest go? The fear of incest? You know me, I used to grow up in a culture where, by the way, let me tell you guys, I grew up in a culture, in a place where we believe if you practice incest, you might produce insane babies, weird babies, crazy babies. Yes, and I've seen this. My mom was giving me an example of somebody she knows, and all her children are deaf. They are deaf. May I say, sioni shida mimi. You don't see shida, yani a girl sleeping with her father. You don't see shida in that? Me, I see it. I see it, and it's very disgusting. Unakula kuku na kifaranga. Easy. That is very disgusting, and shame on that girl, and shame on all men who feast on their daughters. Shame on them. Shame on them. Shame on them. So I was saying, yes, I grew up in a place where I was taught and I was told, if you are involved sexually with your relatives, with your family members, you will produce babies that are not okay. And I could see this. So I was giving this story of this woman who has 3 deaf children. So her story is like this. This woman got married. You know how nowadays there's courtship and all that. She never went through all that. So she just got married to a person who has not even taken her to the family, to his family. They don't know they are cousins. They really didn't know that they were cousins. So they have gotten married. They start producing babies. The first one came deaf. They thought it was just normal. The second baby came out deaf. They thought maybe it's just normal again. The third baby came out deaf. And now this is when somebody from the girl's family told them, you guys, you need to go home and see what's wrong. So when they went home with the man meets his cousin over there and he's like, what are you doing here? I said, what do you mean what am I doing here? This is my home. The guy was frustrated. The guy was shocked. You mean I have been dating my cousin for the longest time? Yes. You have dated, you have married, and this is why you have deaf babies. So incest is real, and I think there are so many consequences to incest. So please, if you are thinking of that and if you do that, please stop it. Anyway, back to our topic. Back to our conversation. We were talking about mental health. And I was asking, what are some of the ways to deal with mental health? And how would you know that now you're mentally not okay? You'd start doing things that you don't do. You'll start being lazy all of a sudden. You'll start isolating yourself from people. And you'll even have poor eating habits or like extreme high eating habits. You'll have anxiety. You feel dizzy all the time, restlessness. Maybe you're diarrheaing. Some people, some bodies react differently, even to the environment and to whatever they are going through. So you might diarrhea, you might have a racing mind, but at the end of the day, what do you think? How do you think that we need to deal with the mental health issues? One, I think, find somebody you can trust with whatever you're going through. Talk to them. But if you cannot do that, if you're not comfortable with sharing what is traumatizing you or troubling you, I think it is advisable to just go somewhere suffer, scream out, cry as much as you want. That might help you, but it is not still a permanent solution. It is not a permanent solution. So, my people, as you help us come with the permanent solutions, make sure your friend is mentally okay. Make sure that everybody around you is feeling safe with you. Don't be that person of nikikwambia kitu, you go and tell everybody. You know, Katie is doing this. You know, Katie is going through this and this and this. You know, Katie is mentally unstable. You know, Katie is depressed. You know, don't be like that. Be a good person. Always be good. Because some of these people are afraid of telling us whatever is troubling them because they know you are a loud mouth. You'll go and tell everybody. You know, I had Katie is doing this, and this. You know, you are a loud mouth. Stop being a loud mouth. If somebody tells you they have a problem, and if you can help them, help them. And if also you can help them find help in case you're not in a capability to help them, make sure you help them get the help they need. Because if this guy found help when he really needed it, he would not be dead. We would not be talking about him. We would not be seeing that video going viral. His family would not be in such pain right now. So at the end of the day, take care of your brothers, take care of your friends, take care of your sisters, take care of everybody you feel that is so close to you. We don't want such cases happening every day. We don't want to report that people hang themselves. We don't want to report that people died because of mental illness. We don't want to, but at the end of the day, I think also when it comes to the economy and the frustrations with the economy, I don't know what to say about that. I'm not the president. The president is to blame about this. The governorship is to blame about this. But at the end of the day, my people, I've told you, just look for something to do. As we try and sort our government, as we try and maybe overthrow the government, you have to look for a better solution to your mental health issues. You have to look for something to do. You have to start now working on yourself because nobody is happy losing a loved one. Nobody is happy. And one thing about me, I'm never afraid of dying. I'm never afraid of death. I'm only afraid of people forgetting me. And this triggers me a lot. I keep on asking myself, what if I die today? What will people remember me of? You have to ask yourself that question every day. Make sure that there's something everybody will remember you of. We need to work on ourselves. We really need to work on ourselves as African people. We really need to take care of ourselves. If it is food, make sure you're taking healthy food. Don't take fucked up food like me. My stomach is on fire, by the way. I don't know what I ate, but I ate good food. I don't know why my stomach is on fire. It's haywire. But anyway, yes, I'm talking about people taking care of themselves, people taking care of their brothers and sisters, people taking care of those with the mental illness. Yes, learn to love them. Don't stigmatize these people because you have seen stigmatization that comes with a lot of hatred in the community. Oh, huyu anakuanga wazimu. They always say that. This person is mad. Don't call them mad. Don't stigmatize these people. Love them. Show them love and affection. Imagine if you love them with their mental illness. Nobody will think of committing suicide because they see these people love me. These people would cry, would hurt if I leave them, if I die today. So just learn to love these people. Love them. They didn't want to have those mental illnesses. Just love them. Show them love. But family, I think we shall wrap it up right here. I hope we have gotten something, and I hope we will keep on finding permanent solutions to such problems. And also, I hope we shall be our brothers and sisters keepers. And I told you, stop being loud mouthed friends. Anyway, family, much love. Thank you to everybody who was there with us. Thank you, General Mosquito. Thank you to the silent listeners, to all those who are with us on the radio, to all those who are with me on TikTok. Thank you, Wambo, for joining me, and also Icy Mayor, and to the rest of the silent listeners, to all those who have been with me right here. Asanteni sana. I hope you did get to enjoy our show for today. Yes.
Me a witch wife. Spend the day my pepe, kibishana kidogo asha machete.